The Microsoft Outlook 2016 screen can look quite different as you move from person to person or machine to machine. What I've got here is my Microsoft Outlook 2016 screen. And the things I'd like to point out first of all, starting with the very top of the screen, is we have here in the top left corner what they call the Quick Access Toolbar. Below the Quick Access Toolbar we have an area known as the ribbon. This is the ribbon here, this large panel that occupies the top part of the screen. The ribbon is broken into various tabs. This is the Home tab, this is the Send and Receive tab, and this is the Folders tab. And I'll go back to the Home tab. On the left hand side we have what's called the Folders pane, running down the left here. And in the middle here I have some emails. Your screen may look different, but we're going to address the differences. First of all, let's look at the ribbon. With regards to the ribbon, you can accidentally or otherwise hide the ribbon. And how you do this is by double-clicking one of these tabs. For example, if I double-click Home, I'll lose my ribbon. Basically, I've decluttered my screen. If I want my ribbon back permanently, I'll double-click Home again. Now, why I use the word permanently is because if I double-click and hide the ribbon, if I click once, it shows up temporarily, but as soon as I click away, it disappears again. So if you want it to stay up and come back permanently, you have to double-click one of the ribbon tabs. Now the ribbon is broken up into various tabs, and also each tab is broken up into various groups. For example, this is the Respond group. And in the Respond group are a number of command buttons. And as you rest on a button, it gives you a tooltip or a screen tip explaining what that button does. And if there happens to be a shortcut key, it'll also mention that in brackets. So that's our ribbon. Now, what we also have on the left-hand side is what we call the Folders pane. Now, with regards to the Folders pane, you can collapse it by clicking this little V. Let me just do this for a moment. You can collapse it by clicking this little V on its side, which will minimize the folder pane. And you can bring it back by clicking this button to expand the Folders pane. Now when you expand the Folders pane, again, to make it permanently stay up, this time click the pin. And it will pin the Folders pane on the left-hand side of your screen. Now the Folders pane towards the bottom here has a number of buttons or navigation options. At the moment my Folders pane is showing me the Mail side of Outlook. But if I was to click the second button, I'll see the Calendar side of Outlook. And if I was to click this button, I'll see the People side of Outlook. And I'll go back to Mail. The navigation options are very useful, and so for one reason or another I would like to actually customize the navigation options, which is what these three dots here do. Click this button, go into navigation options, and what I'd suggest here is that you don't have the compact version of navigation. Untick compact navigation, and instead of showing 4 items when I can see there's 7 listed, I'll show 7 items. This way when I click OK, my navigation options will show 7 items in a nice, fully large navigation pane. Now the idea here is I can click again to see my calendar information, my people information, my notes, and I'm going to click on Folders. Of all the views that are available in the navigation options, I really think the Folders button is the best option. The reason being the Folders button allows you to see all your email folders, plus your contacts folders, plus your calendars, and any other folders that you have in Outlook. Whereas if you click on the Mail button, you're wearing blinkers and you're only seeing the Mail side of Outlook, and there's a lot more to Outlook than email. So in your navigation options, click the Folders button. So in your Folders pane, you're seeing all the folders you have in Outlook. Now you may have noticed also that there's a little triangle in front of some of these options, and if I click this triangle, I will in fact open my inbox, and if I click this little black triangle, I'll collapse my inbox. You may also find that you have a number of mailboxes. I have 1, 2, 3, and 5 mailboxes listed here. I'm going to expand this mailbox, and I'll expand my inbox. So also be aware that you have these little triangles that you can collapse and expand to see and control the amount of detail in your Folders pane.